There's an amazing piece here in Reb Nachman that Reb Nachman is speaking about that through believing in the Chachamim, we could take our mishpat to or, which means we start having clarity and decision making. My whole life becomes clear in how to make decisions. Now look what Rav Nosson here says, a piece in Chosh Mishpat. Ikar ha'emuna talui b'mammon. Emuna is very deeply connected to money. Let's get into money. He's going to have a whole big piece here on money and Taivas Mammon. And Rav Nachman speaks about Taivas Mammon in a very, very big way. So the Ikar Emuna depends on Binyamins, Benjis. Okay, and then he speaks about this in Torah Chaf Gimel and Yud Gimel. It's a very, very big topic here of having a healthy approach to money. Hainu b'shviras Taivas Mammon. That if I want to be able to get to real emunah and real connection, I need to break the taiva of mammon. There's no problem with mammon. It's taivas mammon. We're going to see in Reb Nachman that he's going to speak about taivas mammon is the worst thing possible.
Did we ever learn this in the Shavuot thing?
I don't think we learned this.
This wasn't the Shavuot whole classes?
Maybe we spoke a little bit. But that
remember
taivas, usually we're going to see that Reb Nachman speaks about taivas niyuf. It's like the worst thing. Kedusha Zabris. And Reb Nachman all over the place. You want a happy life? Kedusha. Kedusha Zabris. And then all of a sudden you see in Reb Nachman, Reb Nosson's going to point this out. He's going to say, Rabbi Nachman taught us time and time again that the thing was the bris. But then he says there's even one thing even worse than that. Taivas mammon. So Reb Nosson says, how do we reconcile? What is like the thing that pulls us out of the world more than anything else? Is it problems with the bris, or is it mammon? Taivas mammon. Now what's interesting is nobody can deny that you need money. Everybody agrees that you need money. And in fact, we were told in Gan Eden, you're going to have to work. So money can't be bad. It's the taivas mammon. This taiva, this desire for mammon that has to be doing something that's messing around with my head. And here we're learning that something about taivas mammon and breaking it is going to connect me to emunas chachamim. So he says, Al kein ikar shleimus emunas chachamim hu kishemefazer mamoinoi. You know the way to really get emunas chachamim is that you take the money that you have and you're mafazer. Meaning, what do we usually think? It's like my money, my precious, my money. We feel it's like when someone wants to give away some money, it's like a limb, it's like an amputation. It's so much like it's my money. It feels so close to me. Like I earned it. It's mine.
It's like you don't trust anyone.
I say, I'm not giving you account information. It's my money. That's why rich people don't sleep well at night. And like a great rabbi said, more money, more problems. Shlomo HaMelech. That's right. Marben lechos and marben daigas. Mamish, more money, more problems. So there's a taiva of mammon, but the difference between the taiva of illicit things is that when it comes to illicit things, there's a certain part of us that knows that that's usur. When it comes to mammon, it's not something that's usur. In fact, you need it. So it's more cunning. It goes into me, mammon, in a way that it's not always clear. Not always clear. So here the Rabbi says, you want to get away from taivas mammon, you take the money and you're mafazer. You spread it, you literally send out money.
Does that mean it's not yours anymore? What does that mean?
So I think it means he's going to describe, you connect it to using that money to build good things in the world. Specifically here, he's going to talk about the tzaddik. I always think, what would Rabbi Noach Weinberg do with $1 billion?
Remember we did that last year in this year?
What would Rabbi Noach Weinberg do with $1 billion?
How much a World Center with $1?
That's right. So if you built the World Center with $1, imagine $1 billion. He would build up Torah learning in the world, consciousness in the world. He would just help build, share $1 billion. There's a lot of billions of dollars. What would Rabbi Shimara do with $10 billion.
Mashiach, come.
Yeah,
saying-
nothing to stop you at that point.
So a lot of people with a lot of money, but they don't feel like, what they're really saying is, I think I could use this more intelligently than other people. I get it all worked out. Of Noach Weinberg, it's nice and all, but like, I think I could spend my billions, better than you. If he understood that probably Rabbi Noach Weinberg could build with that in a much more wise way, he's also getting emunas chachamim. He's understanding. There's something that the tzaddik, the chacham has. It's what Mashiach, what will Mashiach do with all the billions? He's going to build God a home. Amen. So when a person is mafazer, when a person moves that money to the Talmud Chacham, v'liskare v'lav, and it's interesting, that money then brings him close to the tzaddik, because the tzaddik is now connected to him through that, is now building based on that money. Then he really gets close to the tzaddik. That's interesting. He joins, the tzaddik is what's called the seichel hakoilo. It's an important term to know. The seichel hakoilo, the mind that's like including all minds.
Combined mind.
That's right, the combined mind. So if I'm like doing my own thing, I'm working for JP Morgan, and I'm doing my thing, I'm like somewhere on the side here, I'm sort of separated from the whole vision. The tzaddik is connected to the whole vision, past, present, future of destiny. Where are we going? When I can link up to the mind of the tzaddik, who's like looking into time and towards the vision of Mashiach, and I say, I want to help build that project. I'm connecting to something very, very big here. Like the Tzimar just did they're doing a big fundraise in B'nai Brak. They're building like another Machlis Yankee. So I said, how can I just give money to be part of the vision of just more consciousness, more tefillah, mamish coming through? So B'ezrat Hashem. And it's nice because the tzaddikim, they have a minhag that they give you gifts. You invest things with the tzaddik, so they give you things. They give you these gifts. I think the idea there is that when you're connected to the tzaddikim, it's like there's this connection. Gifts make connection. Like a husband and wife that give each other gifts. There's a natural connection. It's bonding.
I think the gift of the tzaddik can also be like secrets.
Yes, they give you things.
The closer you are with the tzaddik, the more they'll. When they're doing something, like the more you're likely to just like
they give you things.
Whatever.
They give you things. You're building up the project. They're giving you things. Mamish. So you're in the seichel hakoilo. Shemisham nimshal koyach lekol hasichlem hapotim. Now look at that. If you're connected to the world of the tzaddik, from that world, you're now connecting to all the pieces here, all the individualized pieces. And therefore, what can you do? Then, because I'm connected to the tzaddik, he's the seichel hakoilo. What is the tzaddik able to do? He's able to see the whole vision. My little, mind here, which is going through its own tzimtzum, its own challenge, its own din. If I can link in to the mind of the tzaddik, so all of a sudden he says, "You think that's so bad? That's such din." That has a purpose in the whole unfolding of Klal Yisrael, the whole unfolding of human destiny. You're now catapulted and starting to sweeten all of your like small, excuse my language, like petty stuff. Even though it's not petty, I'm going through something. But in the vision of the tzaddik, of the whole picture, we start to see that is part of the whole destiny.
Why is that only done through money?
Money's a way because money is something, as we're going to get into the whole sugya of money here, money is something that feels like it's so mine. It feels like I'm cutting myself from size. My bank account, my money, don't mess with my money, bless you. It's so much like it. That I'll keep that whole thing separate. Because it feels like it's me. It's so in me. This thing is me.
there's nothing else in the world that's that much kochi together.
That's right. And therefore, this thing is very, very much connected to just the me. So what do we want to do? We want to be able to say that I'm part of a much bigger story. I thought I was so isolated. I'm part of a much bigger story. And that story includes the vision, the emunas chachamim, of something ila'ah, of something much bigger. I don't want to be like isolated in the story. I want to join with the vision going forward in the world. That's the idea of that for the money, the mammon. So that, and therefore, the tithe of mammon is whoever dies with the most toys wins. Even though everybody knows in their brain,
It doesn't go anywhere.
you don't bring those toys with you. So why are we so foolish? Like a great Jewish comedian once said, I knew I was going to die, but I was hoping I wasn't going to be there when it happened. Like we somehow, we know about it, but we don't actually think it's, it's like something, there's something that is actually a very strong point. And that is, Tzimar speaks about this. In the year 1905, how many people were in the world? 1905, Chaver.
4.5.
4.5 bill? 4 bill? 1905, that many? 4 bill?
3?
3 bill? Okay.
1 million.
All the Chaver out there in the world, how many people were there in 1905? 4 bill? Okay, 4 billion, let's say. There's people, there's a universe, there's a world. Every single person that was alive in 1905 is gone. The entire planet of human beings has been replaced. Every picture, every person, not one person. You want to convince me there's some people in some mountain off Tibet that are 700 years old? I'm happy to have that conversation.
What's even crazier, the oldest person in the world was born before everybody else existed.
So here we have that at that level, the whole world has been replaced. But somehow we don't let that thought sink in that we should all live until 120 years,
Amen.
150 years,
Amen.
180 years.
Amen.
It's not the Shem. But somehow we don't have this feeling like it's actually going to happen. Somehow there's a feeling like it's not going to happen. Okay. So now, that being said, knowing that we can't take anything into the grave, what gives us this taiva? What gives us this taiva that we want to hold on to it?
It should be so simple. If you're not going with it, so why are you running after it?
Why am I not building with it? Why am I not building up the world with it?
Last also.
Is that it's something that money is so deeply in here that we can't separate from it.
Yeah, it makes no sense. Like, why would I buy a car that when I die, it's just going to sit in my parking lot?
Yeah, the car's going to be there.
It's like...
Unless I'm using all the things that I have in order to build something bigger. And here I want to go to the Seichel HaKoilu. I want to be able to attach my separateness to something much more visionary. So the Rebbe ends this little piece, that when I can attach myself to the tzaddik, who is the Seichel HaKoilu, so then all the Sichlim HaProtim, the individual people that are now linking in, that are starting to make a space to connect to the bigger vision, what happens? I mamtik kol din v'tzimtzim al yidei ha-seichel ha-shaykh loy v'az nimshach l'kol echad shefa ha-mamon. Then you're connected up to the source of shefa. Then you get a lot of shefa. Meaning this, that I thought that I give away money and I have less in my bank. Well, if I'm giving it to a place, it's linking me into the vision where all chachma is coming from, which is the beginning of all energy coming into the world. And you don't have less, you have a lot more. That's like opening up the pipelines of all the shefa.
It's really backwards. It's like the more you get rid of your money, the more it comes to you.
And Hashem said, in this mitzvah, you could test me.
Like 10%.
Test me, Hashem says.
Do you see immediate returns? Like when does the test come?
Scare you.
Sometimes you see immediate returns, yes. But you speak to people that give a lot, and you will see that people who give a lot, they have tremendous, tremendous blessing coming. People that will tell you stories that we literally have seen. I've seen in my own life. You give away,
Right there.
money comes in.
Mamish like
Sometimes immediately.
immediate.
Like sometimes you get a phone call literally at that moment.
Yeah.
Immediate.
Yeah.
Your hands. When a person connects to the Seichel HaKoilo, he's connected to the source of all. And then he's sweetening the judgment of being separate, sweetening the judgment of being like my own little thing somewhere off to the side. He's supposed to connect to the vision for humanity. And when you can sweeten the judgment, you sweeten that din, and you connect it all the way up. The siyata d'shmaya. Okay, Rabbi, so we're going to do a few pieces here on Taivas Mammon, because the Rebbe is going to show this whole thing breaks us off from the tzaddikim. It doesn't let us connect. And we're not talking about regular, we're talking about mamish, the big tzaddikim. We're talking about really the biggest of the big. If the Baba Sali said to you, I want to build this yeshiva, do you want to partner with me? So I think a person would be a fool to say, I had other ideas what I was going to do. I was kind of going to buy a yacht, but I'll tell you the truth. I actually think that I should, the Baba Sali is telling you, I'm letting you join me to build a yeshiva. Do you think that you know how to use your money better than the Baba Sali?
Speaking of the Baba Sali and money, isn't it true that when people create businesses, especially in the Sephardi world, they'll have David Abba Hatzera as a founder and
on the GP, yes.
Yeah, they'll have him
Has it been?
It's a big thing.
on the board or
on the board, because when you have tzaddikim on the GP, so then that level of partnership is bringing bracha into the whole project.
So this is working.
Bezrat Hashem. Okay, Rabbi Isai, it's been a pleasure to be continued, my dear friends. Kol Tuv.